Welcome to this Football Manager 2018 video where I have holidayed 5 seasons into the future. For those of you that have been living under a rock the last 24 hours, the FM18 beta is out. We've still got 2 weeks until the full release of Football Manager 2018, but if you pre-order the game from certain places, Sega approved websites, then you can get the 2-week early access. I've put a few links in the description below. One of them is only £28.39 with the discount code, and you do get the beta. CD Keys I think is the cheapest place to get it at the moment, but that doesn't come with the beta, so be warned, if you buy it from there you'll have to wait until the 10th of November. Anyway, I just fancied holidaying 5 years into the future to see what would happen on the game. I do like to do these sorts of things. Those of you that have been around on the channel a long time will know I was the one that basically started Football Manager experiments on YouTube, and obviously there's a load of people that do that sort of thing nowadays. And I'd quite like to go back to my roots, I suppose, this year. I do want to do some experiments once again. I've had a year out from experiments, but I want to get back into it. This isn't really an experiment. I've only holidayed 5 years into the future. There's nothing fancy about this. But what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you what's happened in the 5 seasons on the game. There is a link to this save file in the description below if you want to download it and play from this point onwards. Some people like to do that sort of thing. You can see here the last 5 winners of the English Premier League, where we're going to start today. Man United won it 3 times, Spurs managed to win it that first season, and Chelsea managed to win it in the 4th season. So Man United pretty dominant on this save. Let's just have a look in a bit more detail at the 5 seasons and go back in time to the start. So Spurs won that first season 3 points ahead of Man United. Arsenal and Man City, the other 2 teams to qualify for the Champions League. Bournemouth, Crystal Palace and Huddersfield were relegated. Nothing massively surprising in that season. The top 6 is what you would kind of expect, perhaps in a different order. Newcastle did very well, finishing 7th. Then the season after that, Man United won on goal difference ahead of Chelsea. Arsenal and Man City made up the top 4. Swansea, Middlesbrough and Derby County relegated that season. Then the 3rd season, Man United champions again, beating Chelsea, who finished 2nd again. Man City and Liverpool were the top 4. Brighton, Wednesday and Huddersfield relegated again. And then the 4th season, Chelsea won the league. Man City, Liverpool and Man United the top 4. Newcastle, Southampton and Reading relegated. And then the season that's just happened, we saw Man United, City, Tottenham and Arsenal finishing the top 4. Bournemouth, Hull and Wolves getting relegated. We'll just have a quick look at this season's player statistics. You can see Belotti, top goal scorer, head of Icardi and Harry Kane. They all got 24 goals each. Belotti became an insanely good striker on FM17. I presume he will do the same on FM18. He is a good striker at the moment, isn't he, for Torino? Arsenal signed him for £47 million in the 2nd season of this save. Icardi, joint top scorer, went to Chelsea for £83 million from Inter Milan, then moved to Man United for £80 million. Why did Chelsea do that? That's really strange. And then lastly, Harry Kane, at the age of 28, in his prime. He's got 43 goals in 78 games for England now. He's been at Spurs that whole time. He hasn't moved to Real Madrid. He's continued to score lots and lots of goals, although he's never improved on that 29 goal a season thing that he did last year. He's got 22 in the league, then 19, 23, 17, 24. 35 goals in all competitions though this season. Not too shabby at all. Chris Wood up there as well for Burnley, 21 goals. Very impressive for him. Let's look at the champions then. Man United, they've got a different manager, Giovanni Mastroianni. I've probably murdered that pronunciation. Let's have a look at the managers. Mourinho left, in fact he only left last season. He was sacked last season despite having a pretty good time on the save. But the new guys come in and he's managed to win the league straight away. Paul Pogba, captain of Manchester United now. 24 goals in 93 games for France. He's in his prime. He's 29 years old. This is basically the best he will be on the game. 19 technique. That's the standout attribute there. He's a beast. Oh, 19 foot. Look at that. He's just an all-round player, isn't he? An insanely talented player. I just want to look at their hot prospect. Petro Pellegrini, an Italian striker. 21 years old. He looks pretty tasty, doesn't he? So keep an eye out for him actually. Have a look at him. He must be 16 at the start of the game, so check him out. Top goal scorer this season for Man United was Icardi. Marcus Rashford. I'm sure there's plenty of you that want to have a look at him. He's now 24 years old, 22 goals in 68 games for Manchester United. Looked like a very good player. He's so pacey, isn't he? Good dribbling, finishing, composure, off the ball. Wow, what a striker he is. And yeah, he scores goals as well, as you can see there. Let's just have a look at the English Cups before we move on to things like the Champions League. You can see Arsenal, Man United, Spurs and Chelsea. Boring winners. We've not got any unusual winners there. Chelsea won in extra time against Spurs this season. The Carabao Cup, as it's now called, was won by West Brom this season. What a final that is, 4-3. But the 4 previous years, Chelsea, Spurs, Man United, Chelsea, boring winners. I want to see more of these sort of surprise wins with West Brom. The big one then, the Champions League. Monaco managed to win it this year. Well done to them. They managed to beat Real Madrid in the final. Sensational stuff from Monaco. They've still got Thomas Lemar. They've got Origi up front. They've got they must have a very good team to be able to win the Champions League. But let's have a look at the Real Madrid team. They've still got Cristiano Ronaldo at the age of 37. 110 goals in 184 games for Real Madrid. That is very, very impressive. He never really quite reaches the heights that he manages in real life, does he? Same with Messi. They never managed to score like 50 goals in a calendar year. But although 39 goals, that's not bad going, is it? In one season. The last season, 20 goals. At the age of 37, that is not too bad at all, is it? Toni Kroos still at the team at the age of 32. Casemiro, the Brazilian, at the age of 30. Solid defensive midfielder. James Rodriguez has moved back to Real Madrid after his loan spells, I suppose. He went on loan 2 seasons in a row to Bayern Munich before returning to Real Madrid, and he's a very good player on the game. We've got Leno in goal, really good German goalkeeper. Let's look at Thomas Lemar, because I reckon he could become one of the best players on the game. He's only 26 now, so he's just about approaching his prime, I would say. He looks like a very talented player, worth £75 million. Surely someone's going to snap him up at some point. But let's just go back to the previous winners of the last 5 finals. So Bayern Munich won that first one, beating Atletico Madrid in the final. Then Barcelona beat Man United. Arsenal beat PSG. Arsenal finally won the Champions League. Real Madrid have managed to win it. So 5 different winners. That's really good. Really good to see. Lionel Messi is now 34 years old, 165 caps for Argentina, 64 goals. Still an exceptional talent, 19 on finishing, determination, flair, vision, technique, all 20 still. What a player he is. I just want to have a look at Dybala though whilst we're at the Argentina section of this. Dybala is worth £81 million. He's moved to Manchester City for £149 million. I think we're going to see more of these huge transfers in FM18 because we've seen them in real life, of course, with Neymar and Mbappe next season. So, yeah, that's not going to be a surprise to see those sorts of transfers. I just want to have a... Oh, I thought that said Piqué was manager then. No, he's still captain. They don't actually have a manager at the moment. But Piqué's still in the team at the age of 35. I presume Iniesta's finally retired. He can't still be going, surely. Yeah, I can't see Iniesta. I've still got Rakitic, though. He's 34 years old now. And Suarez is still there as well at the age of 35. Just want to have a quick look at Neymar. 30 years old, 115 caps for Brazil, 68 goals. He hasn't really scored that many goals. I swear he's on like 50 odd already in real life. So he's not really increased his caps tally for Brazil that much. Still at PSG... I suppose they have Mbappe. I presume they still have him. He is their key player. So he's better than Neymar, according to this. 7 goals in 32 games for France at the age of 23. That's not particularly good. But for PSG, moved for £160 million, remember. He scores goals, he gets assists, he gets very good average ratings. He looks like an exceptional player. Maybe not quite as good as I thought he would be, but I suppose he's still only 23. There's still time for him to improve. In fact, who do PSG have in their team? They've probably spent huge amounts of money still. They've got, they signed Dembele from Barcelona for £96 million this year. Still got Verratti, who one of the best midfielders in the world. In fact, let's have a look at it now. World Player of the Year. Messi has won the last one at the age of 34 and Ronaldo finished second. But look, there's been a different winner every year. The first one was won by James Rodriguez whilst at Bayern Munich. That's surprising, I must say. Ronaldo second, Messi third. 2018, it was won by Kevin De Bruyne. What a player he is. He deserves that, I think. now 30 years old, still playing for Manchester City. Really, really good player. 103 caps for Belgium. We'll have to have a look at World Cup winners as well, won't we? Verratti managed to win it in the third season. I was just mentioning Verratti, wasn't I? Being one of the best players, and he managed to finish ahead of Ronaldo and De Bruyne. Thomas Lemar, whilst at Monaco, won it last year, with Griezmann finishing second and Juan Mata finishing third. That is really random. But Griezmann, still at Atletico Madrid. What a striker he is. Only got 30 goals for France, though, at the age of 31. Juan Mata finishing third, which I find really random. He's a quality player, of course, but I wouldn't put him up there with the elite bunch. But this year, Messi, back to his best, winning it for the first time in a number of years. Ronaldo finishing second still at the age of 36 is very impressive. That's World Player of the Year. I don't know which one is which, because World Player of the Year is either the Ballon d'Or or the FIFA World Player of the Year, because there's two. This is Footballer of the Year. So this is similar, but Ronaldo won that first award with Rodriguez finishing second. Then it was De Bruyne, then Ronaldo again, then Griezmann, and then Messi this year. Goalkeeper of the Year. This is a new award, I think. Neuer finishing first. Petr Cech second. Lloris, then Courtois winning it. Donnarumma at the age of 23. He's moved to Man City. That's quite predictable, really. He was going to move to one of the big boys. Only moved this season, though. 28.5 million. That is a real bargain. I could have sworn he'd go for like 100 million. I remember FM17 trying to buy him. It was impossible. Neuer managed to still win it at the age of 33 and 34. But Timo Horn, another German, managed to win it in 2021. Well, Golden Ball then, top goal scorer in Europe. Well, World Golden Ball. I think it's just done in Europe, though, isn't it? James Rodriguez. World Golden Ball. Isn't this meant to be like the top goal scorer? Or am I wrong? How was Rodriguez when it was 7? This must be something different then, mustn't it? I'm not sure what this is. This might be a bug. I don't know. I thought World Golden Ball was something about the... Unless this is the Ballon d'Or. But then we've got 3 different World Player of the Year awards. Footballer of the Year, World Golden Ball and World Player of the Year. What's the difference between all of them? I don't know. Either way, it's basically the same players. So it must be something to do with World Player of the Year, but there's 3 different things. World Team of the Year then. This could be interesting. First year, are there any surprise faces in there? This looks different to what you get in real life. It's basically just Real Madrid and Barcelona, isn't it? But there's a few Bayern Munich players in there. There actually is a couple players from England as well. Bernardo Silva and De Bruyne in there. Then 2018, Courtois in goal. Kimmich at right back. He's a really good prospect, or he's a really good player already, but at the age of 27 he's worth £50 million. Isco's in there. He's moved to Bayern Munich. The Spaniard moved for £85 million. Lots of money flying around on this save. In fact, that was the last season. I've done that wrong. That was 2018. Then 2019 we had De Bruyne in the attacking midfield position there. 2020, Thomas Lemar featured in it. Bonucci's featured every year, and he plays for Chelsea. Moved for £35 million at the age of... Well, he's 35 now. So yeah, Bonucci has featured in it every single season. That's interesting. This is the league reputation. So Premier League is top. We'll have a look at some of the other leagues in a minute. I've loaded the English, Spanish, Italian, German and French leagues, I think, on this save. But let's have a look at the world rankings. Brazil currently top. Are there any surprises in here? South Korea quite high. Mali quite high, 22nd. Nothing out of the ordinary, though, I would say. World Cup then, 2018. Of course, we're coming up to another World Cup in 2022. But Italy managed to win the last one, beating Croatia in the final. England finished third. Let's just have a look at this then. 2-1 win against Croatia in the final. Can't see it, unfortunately. But just want to have a look at this third place playoff. England beat Egypt. Egypt did very well to get to semi-final, didn't they? They lost on penalties against Croatia. Could have had an African team in the World Cup final for the first time ever. I should do those experiments again. Can country X win the World Cup? That I did back on, I suppose, FM16, wasn't it? If you've got any ideas for experiments, stick them in the comment section below. And if any of them stand out to me, then I'll do them. European Championships. Italy won that one as well. So Italy are one of the best teams in the world. They've got Gattuso as their manager. They're third in the world rankings, but with the likes of Verratti, Bonucci, Belotti, they've got some quality players, haven't they? But they beat Germany in the final of Euro 2020. Let's just go back, have a look. Yep, 2-0 in the final against Germany. Can't see that one either. Now Germany don't have the... I've not done the real player fix, so it's all fake players at the moment because Football Manager doesn't have the license for the real German players. This was the semi-final. Italy beat Serbia 3-0 and Germany beat Portugal 2-0. Let's just have a quick look at the other leagues then before we end today's video. You can see nothing unexpected here. Barcelona won it the first year, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and then Barcelona the last 2 years. Caleri, the ex-West Ham player, who was useless for us. For those of you that don't know, I do support West Ham. But yeah, he's gone to Villarreal and he's become top goal scorer in La Liga. Well done to him. So this is Ligue 1. Monaco have won it 4 years in a row. PSG finished third this year. 100 points to Monaco. Wow. Even with Mbappe and Neymar, PSG are not dominating this league. They've won it the first season. Since then, Monaco have gone from strength to strength with Thomas Lemar. Mbappe should have stayed at Monaco, really, shouldn't he? He was top goal scorer. Only 19 goals. Not that amazing, is it? Serie A, oh, look at that dominance from Juventus. That is ridiculous. They've won every single season from 2011-12 to 2021-22. They only won it by 1 point ahead of Inter this year. They've still got Higuain at the age of 34, 20 on finishing, banging the goals. 19 goals, once again, not a massively high top goal scorer. Christian Fuchs is still playing. At the age of 36, he's gone to Palermo. He got most player of the match awards. Kieran Trippier plays for Napoli. That's a surprise. Moved for £20 million from Spurs this year. It's great to see these little things. Like Danny Drinkwater plays for Udinese. Why is he there? £9.5 million they signed him for. It's just so random but brilliant. These parallel universes that are created by Football Manager. And lastly, the German First Division. Let's have a look at the league table. Bayern Munich, they've won it every single year since 2012-13 season. They won it by 12 points this season. Lewandowski, top goal scorer, still banging them in. 17 on finishing, 18 for... Oh, great player, isn't he? 33 years old now. Smashing the goals in for Bayern Munich still. But you can see Pulisic. Let's see how he's developed, the American. 72 caps for USA now. He is a first-choice player for Dortmund, worth £57 million. And he got the most assists this season. So I think we'll end it there. We'll just end looking at England. Gareth Southgate still in charge of England 5 years down the line. The best English player, according to this, is Eric Dyer, who plays for PSG. Moved for £89 million. He did move to City, £75 million, then to PSG for £89 million. Wow. Jack Butland moved to Spurs for £18 million this season. Michael Keane's at Chelsea now. Moved from Everton for £55 million. Dele Alli, let's have a quick look at him. He's still at Spurs. That's a bit of a surprise. I'm surprised he hasn't moved to like PSG or Real Madrid. Really, really good players. So thank you for watching this video. Please hit that like button if you found it interesting. The download link is in the description below if you fancy having a look yourself at this save or playing on from this point. I think I'm going to continue to holiday just to see what happens further down the line. But there will be more experiment type videos coming this year. I didn't do any. I think I did one on FM17, but I am planning to do some more on FM18 because I do miss this sort of thing. I do find it really intriguing. So I'm going to get back into the groove. Until next time, enjoy Football Manager 2018. I'll see you very soon.